May I now request Mr. Ali Şahin, Honorable Member of the Grand National Assembly of Turkey, to please come on stage for his speech.
Excellencies, distinguished speakers of parliaments, and esteemed colleagues, as I begin my remarks, I strongly condemn yesterday's heinous terrorist attack in Islamabad targeted innocent people. We pray for mercy for those who lost their lives and wish a speedy recovery for the injured. This terrorist attack is proof of how important and valuable the meeting we are holding here today is. Pakistan is never alone, and Pakistan will never be alone in its fights against terrorism. Dear colleagues, it is a great pleasure for me to be here with you today on the occasion of this conference held under the theme Peace, Security and Development. I would also like to extend my sincere appreciation to the authorities of brotherly and friendly Pakistan for hosting this important event. Our world today faces a multitude of challenges, from strategic competition among major powers and protracted conflicts in various regions to the climate crisis and deepening social inequalities. No matter how powerful, no country can alone address these global challenges. Interparliamentary relations constitute a unique channel of diplomatic engagement, enabling us to share directly the sensitivities and expectations of our peoples and strengthen multilateralism. As the Grand National Assembly of Turkey, we will continue to attach priority to interparliamentary cooperation and multilateralism within our efforts to find solutions to global issues. The fact that the 152nd Assembly of the Interparliamentary Union will be hosted by Turkey in Istanbul between 15 and 19 April 2026 stands as a clear manifestation of our commitment to these goals. Turkey continues to play a leading role in promoting awareness and building capacity in the field of international mediation. We actively engage in efforts to achieve peaceful solutions to conflicts in our neighborhood and wider region. Turkey currently co-chairs the groups of Friends of Mediation in three major international organizations: the United Nations, OSCE, and OIC. We have taken the lead in raising awareness and promoting concrete steps to mediation under these frameworks. During the high-level week of the UN General Assembly, the 15th ministerial meeting of the UN Group of Friends of Mediation was held at the UN headquarters on 25 September 2025. With the participation of 44 countries, including 16 represented at the level of minister or deputy minister, among them Pakistan. Turkey has never refrained from making efforts to end conflicts and tensions wherever they may arise. In South Asia, home to nearly 1/4 of the world's population, we have consistently underscored the importance of peace and stability based on principled engagement. While encouraging the peaceful resolution of disputes in the region through dialogue, we have also emphasized the necessity of cooperation in combating terrorism. We hope that a healthy mechanism of dialogue among regional actors, including on counter-terrorism matters, can be established. As the international community, we must act jointly to support the establishment of such dialogue, which would contribute to peace, security, and stability in South Asia. Terrorism remains one of the greatest threats to international peace, security, and development. The international community must combat terrorism in solidarity and cooperation without this distinction among terrorist organizations. In this regard, we also attach importance to enhancing interparliamentary cooperation in the field of counter-terrorism. In Syria, the government has, over the past 10 months, taken important steps in the reconstruction process while considering the sensitivities of regional actors and the international community. Syria continues its efforts towards ensuring an inclusive political transition process. The recent People's Assembly elections once again demonstrated the government's commitment to a political process encompassing all segments of society. We support the steps taken by the Damascus administration aimed at bringing together all components of Syria under vision of equal citizenship without discrimination. The main factors jeopardizing Syria's recovery process are Israel's aggressive action in blatant violation of bilateral and international norms, and the resistance of the so-called SDG to the implementation of the 10 March agreement. Israel's attacks must be halted without delay, and full control of Syria's northeast should be restored to the central government. The ceasefire achieved in Gaza, although fragile, presents a valuable opportunity to end the ongoing humanitarian tragedy in the region. It is of utmost importance to ensure the full implementation and consolidation of the ceasefire. Humanitarian assistance coordinated by the United Nations and UNRWA must be delivered without interruption to alleviate the suffering in Gaza. Turkey continues to provide large-scale humanitarian assistance and remains firmly committed to contributing to Gaza's reconstruction and recovery. We have unfortunately witnessed the grave consequences of Israel's unlawful attacks on Iran in June. We firmly believe that disputes among nations must be resolved through diplomacy, not confrontation. The resumption of diplomatic negotiations on Iran's nuclear file is of great importance to prevent a new chain of conflicts that could inflict irreparable harm on the already fragile security and stability of the region. Turkey stands ready to extend every possible support toward the peaceful resolution of this issue and calls on all parties to refrain from actions that could further destabilize the region. Since the onset of the Russia-Ukraine war, Turkey has maintained a principled and humanitarian approach. Our commitment to dialogue, mediation, and de-escalation continues to guide our efforts to strengthen regional and global stability. The direct talks between Russia and Ukraine held in Istanbul earlier this year represented an important milestone toward a diplomatic solution. Turkey, thanks to facilitation of Turkey, significant progress was made, especially on humanitarian issues. There is now a pressing need to revive diplomatic processes for a just and lasting peace in Ukraine based on the UN Charter and international law. Turkey will continue to support all diplomatic initiatives aimed at achieving such a peace. The steps taken by Azerbaijan and Armenia toward peace in Washington on 8 August are welcome development on the path to stability in the region. We hope that further steps in this direction will ensure peace, stability, and prosperity throughout our region. We believe that the resolve and constructive steps demonstrated by Turkey and Azerbaijan in the context of regional peace and normalization can serve as an example for other conflicts regions across the world. As the motherland and guarantor power, Turkey continues to work for the well-being, prosperity, and development of the Turkish Cypriot people in line with our historical, legal, and humanitarian responsibilities and the realities on the island. As it in the past, we will continue to uphold our national cause and support the just struggle of the Turkish Cypriots. The international isolation imposed on Turkish Cypriots constitutes a violation of fundamental human rights, and lifting these inhuman restrictions is a shared responsibility of us all. As the current chair of the OIC Council of Foreign Ministers, Turkey aims to strengthen solidarity among member states, provide support to Palestine, and bring forward the issues facing Muslim minorities and communities around the world. In this regard, we also believe in the power of parliamentary diplomacy. The Parliamentary Union of the OIC member states gathers annually to exchange views on the common challenges of the Islamic Ummah. In an era marked by growing protectionism and economic uncertainty, regional economic cooperation organizations are gaining prominence as key platforms that reinforce solidarity among member states and support sustainable development. In this context, the contribution of such organizations to enhancing shared prosperity, diversifying trade, and strengthening economic resilience constitutes one of the main pillars of regional peace and stability. Through the Economic Cooperation Organization and developing aid countries, our region continues to take steps towards development under a shared agenda. Today, international cooperation and solidarity have become indispensable for achieving the sustainable development goals. Climate change poses one of the most serious challenges interconnected with peace, security, and development. Rising temperatures threaten water and food security, worsen socioeconomic inequalities, and increase social vulnerabilities. Regardless of their level of development, no country is immune to these impacts. Achieving the sustainable development goals is not possible without mitigating the effects of climate change. Turkey continues to implement environmentally compatible growth policies in line with the sustainable development goals. We are enhancing our investments in renewable energy, supporting green transformation, and strengthening our transition to low-carbon economy. Through this approach, we also contribute actively to global climate action. We take pride in the fact that Turkey's Zero Waste initiative has evolved into a global movement following the adoption of a UN General Assembly resolution. We believe that this initiative contributes meaningfully to the fight against climate change and to the achievement of sustainable development goals. As parliaments, our responsibility is to strengthen international solidarity and to support a fair and inclusive vision of green development through legislative means. Every joint step we take in this direction will serve as a guarantee of both global peace and our shared security. It has been a pleasure to come together with you on this occasion. I thank you once again and extend to you all my respectful greetings. Thank you.